spend time with you as well. It's just beautiful part of my day. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy all my lives with you, with everyone as well. They just bring me such joy, and they are, they're just so wonderful. And it's over a year now that since I've been a teacher. I've been on Insight Timer for eight odd years, but just over a year being a teacher, and it's just been you. I don't know that you can understand how much your energy, your joy, your beauty brings to me, and it's just so special, and I just love it. You have brightened my days when I come on. You have lifted my spirits, and I'm just very thankful for you for that. Very thankful. Hey, Patricia, lovely to see you. Wonderful. Are you the same Patricia that was just in Catherine's live? I think. Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. Fabulous. Hey, Tea Lady Nat. Lovely to see you too. Beautiful. The two tea ladies. I love it. I love it. That's so cool. Yes, the two tea ladies. That was what Catherine, was it Catherine that called us that this morning, I think? The two tea ladies. I thought that was so brilliant. So brilliant. All right, this morning, before we start the tea, yes, Catherine. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Yeah, I've been multitasking, which is absolutely, and yes, it's you. I thought it was. Yes, when you start multitasking is not good, because when you start multitasking, you're trying to listen to one thing, you're trying to get things organized for another thing, and it's just like and the brain then can't sort it properly, and yeah. You have fresh ginger honey tea. Yum. I love that. I have ginger and honey and lemon in the mornings with fenugreek and fennel. And that is a beautiful morning detox tea. Fabulous. If you want to make a cup of tea and do this with us, then the white teas, the green teas, the black teas, and the oolongs are the best teas to get a good reading from the leaves with. And today I've got my oolong blend with black tea. So black tea I find is a bit strong for me, and so adding the oolong into it has just made it fabulous for that. You've got milk oolong. Wonderful. I love it. Right, while we're just waiting for a few more people to come in, I thought I would pull a card from this camera, the Sensory Herbal Oracle. And what I got today was Story. Look at that gorgeous wee mushroom. So Story is they call it fly agaric Amanita muscaria. So hello, CG. Beautiful soul. And she's another lovely teacher. She does some amazing things. I always enjoy her sessions. They're fabulous. Hey, Lisa, so lovely to see you too. It's wonderful. Fabulous. And fly agar, it when I saw this one come out of the deck, it reminded me of like a folk tale. It's mysterious. Hey, Jerry, and hello, John Paul, darling. Love to you. I hope everything's going well with you. It's mysterious. It's enchanting. Okay, CG. Yes, yeah. To me, tea lady. Yes, it's mysterious. It's enchanting. And I just loved it when it popped out to say hello to us today. It carries that energy of stories, and that especially the stories that are woven in between worlds, which is quite magical. I love that part of it. It tells us. Okay, yes, absolutely. Send it to me. Yeah, definitely. You're just making dinner? Fabulous, Lisa. Fabulous. We turned into the food channel last week. What are you having? um, and it it asks us to. Oh, CG's doing dinner too. It asks us to um, to look closely at the stories that we are telling, especially about ourselves, and the ones that maybe we've inherited along the way as well. And every life is shaped by story. Oh, yeah, it's sometimes like that, isn't it, Lisa? It sometimes is. Hey, Robin. I don't think I said hello to you. Hey, Robin, darling. Lovely to see you. And the stories of who we believe we are, or what we think is possible for us, what we have been taught to fear, or hide, or become. Those are always very interesting stories. And some stories nourish our soul, they really do. And they help us grow. But others, they limit us. Those repeating old beliefs that just that they no longer fit who you are becoming. So it's just, you've got to acknowledge those stories, but you need to find a way to release those stories as well. Um, and this fly agaric little wee mushroom, he's gorgeous. He arrives like a beautiful invitation to just step into that awareness to, what story are you living right now? And and the biggest thing, the most important thing is it truly your story as well? So and this, you need to think on those things. Am I carrying someone else's story, or is it actually mine? And is it nourishing me? And just contemplate all that. This card also carries beautiful energy of imagination. That's why I love this one. That's why I love mushrooms. Not to eat as much. I love painting them and drawing them, and I love looking at them. But yeah, my son gave me this beautiful picture of two mushrooms, but they're in a ghost-like fashion. Oh, they're just so magical. Interesting. I'd not heard that, Jerry. Fascinating. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, very fascinating. Fascinating. Um, it carries altered perspectives, a deeper seeing. It reminds us that it is that reality is often shaped by the meaning that we give things. So when we can change that story, we begin to change the experience of our life itself, which is fabulous. So, it's listen to the words you speak about yourself today, tomorrow, all this week. Just listen to those words. Are they nourishing you? Notice those stories that you repeat in your mind over and over again. And are they nourishing you? And just ask yourself, is this the story that I wish to continue with? And just see what happens. Maybe write them down. And so that you can look at them, and over a period of a week, write several things down, and then look at what you've written and see if you can rewrite some of them, because there's nothing wrong with beginning a new chapter. Nothing wrong at all. So have a look about that and see what you think. Now, story, the mushroom. Let's see what the book has to say. Let me put my glasses on. I went to the optometrist and I needed stronger glasses. So I probably should put them on, just to give my eyes a chance and so that I can actually see what I'm reading for you. Oh, that's better. This red and white spotted mushroom is one of the most depicted mushrooms in fairy tale illustrations to the world over, bringing a sense of playfulness and an invitation to have fun, get creative, including rewriting the stories of your life. Exactly what I was saying. To reclaim agency over your own narrative. Mario Brothers, yes. Absolutely. Who doesn't love playing Mario Brothers? It's time to let your imagination soar and to create the life you have always dreamed of. And spirit is strong in the Fly Agaric, it says here. So this is a special card to turn up in a reading. See, I thought it was. They think it is. May I hope you think it is. It's a call to engage your imagination and let creativity flow. And as you look at the card, you can enter a story, a fairy tale, where under the light of a full moon and the mischievous grin of a Cheshire cat, a fabulous spotted fugal flamenco dancer whirls away her troubles, and as she swirls among the silver birches, a favourite tree of the Fly Agaric, her tales of victimhood and woe become transformed into ones of joy and empowerment, calling you too to reshape any stories that you hold back in life. The stories that define your experiences, beliefs, and sense of self. You are the author of your own existence, and in your mind, every hero and villain and other character is designed and puppeted by you. This means that you have the power to decide how past hurts will impact your future. So take the power of the pen in your hand and rewrite your life script according to your values and aspirations. Fly Agaric has fame as an analgesic by interfering with pain pathways, especially when applied as an external medicine. Here you can work with the energy of Fly Agaric. Let's turn the page. That's interesting. I never thought about mushrooms externally. I might have to look that up. It is amazing, isn't it? To reweave the past, limiting hurts into a more freeing narrative. You are not the sum of ancestral patterns, nor do your past traumas define you or your future trajectory. And as you consider the benefits that Fly Agaric can bring to your life, remember to dance, just like the magical mushrooms on this card. Dance, embracing your vibrancy while your ideas percolate and shift. And pop on your favorite music, move your body, and re-story your life. How wonderful. And so there's a couple of little reflections here, a bit like I was saying for you to do. Are there beliefs that you hold about yourself or others that might be holding you back? How could any such negative stories be shifted into something with power and possibility? And might there also be ancestral stories that have been influencing your sense of who you are? How can you start to shift these? So yeah, do what I was saying. Look about it over the week. Write down the different stories you tell yourself and see which ones are nourishing you and which ones aren't. And start that new chapter. I love this. And I'm going to look into the topical use of it as well. I think that sounds really quite cool. Now I have to take those off to read the computer. You're reading something about my... Oh, how cool. That is... Isn't it amazing when that happens? It just really is so fabulous. Jerry, yes, I can imagine it would. I can photograph it and send you the whole blurb if you want to look at it again. I'm quite happy to do that. Alrighty. Alrighty. Tea. Yes, okay, I will leave it out. I will leave the card in it, and I will do that a bit later. Hey, Howard. Lovely to see my dear friend Howard. You would like it too? I can't put photographs in the groups, but I do have, I have my group on the Book of Faces. I can put it in that, or you'll be able to see this on the Tubes of You as well, so you could get it from there. But if you send me a message with a address I can send it to, Tea Lady Nat, I can do that for you too. Yeah. I can put the words in my group on Insight Timer, but I can put the whole thing on my group in the Book of Faces. So I will do that as well. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Tea. Oh, I'm getting hot. It's only a cotton cardigan too. Oh, I haven't lit my candle. How did I forget that? Let's get this beautiful energy of candle flame with us. So we've got the earth, we've got the air coming through the window, we've got fire, and we've got water for our tea. I have to keep remembering the camera's here for this one. All right, let's turn the camera over and let's get on with the tea. Let's get it right. There we go. Yes, I sure do. All right, so in here, as I said, I've got, sorry, it makes it blurry when I stick my finger there. It'll come right in a sec. Yes, they are, Lisa. Yes, they are. Yep. And so in there I have oolong and black tea, as I said. And the best teas for those that have just come in are oolong, black tea, green tea, white tea, are the best teas for doing a reading with, which is why we use those there. You can use other teas that have good. You don't want a tea that has bits of fruit in it or lemon peel or stuff like that, because they get in the way of the leaves. It's best to have it is best to have them fairly plain. All right, so let's pour the water in. Got my little teapot here. Look at all the steam coming up. And a few wee bubbles there, but not many. And they haven't stayed. Bubbles normally mean that angels are nearby, but they haven't stayed today. So then you use your spoon and you give it a stir once clockwise, which probably looks anti-clockwise to you. And now we're just going to leave it. It has to brew, it has to steep. Usually it's, for a tea like this, it needs 5 to 7 minutes. And when we're drinking it, we're going to do a little meditation and a sipping ritual while it's doing its blending. And if you are following along, when you're drinking your tea, leave about half a teaspoon of liquid at the bottom so that you can finish the process, so to speak. All right, let's just settle for a wee minute, and you can look at the tea, you can close your eyes, but just come softly into this space with me and leave the noise of the day at the door, leave the rushing, the overthinking, the heaviness. And for the next little while, there is nowhere else you need to be. And today we walk a lantern-lit path together. So take a slow breath in and exhale gently out. Another slow breath in, just allowing your shoulders to soften. Your hands to relax. Your spirit to settle. And now bring your awareness to your tea, or our group tea, or just imagine a tea in your mind's eye. And just the warmth of it, the comfort of it. There's nothing like it, getting beautiful comfort from a cup of tea. And the wonderful, quiet, special life that it has in it. And imagine now that before you appears a soft, golden lantern. Its light is gentle, not harsh. It's like warm candlelight. And as you lift your cup, you find yourself standing at the beginning of a quiet path. And the lantern glows beside you, waiting. And you begin to walk slowly. The night around you is peaceful. It's velvety. It's calm. There's no fear here, just stillness. And the feeling that something meaningful waits ahead. And with every step you become lighter. Thoughts begin to quiet and your breath deepens. And as you continue along the path, more lanterns begin to appear, each one holding something, a memory, a lesson, a version of you. Some lanterns glow brightly, others just softly flicker. And you do not need to stop at all of them. Only notice what calls to you. And now one lantern shines brighter than the others. And you do feel drawn to this one. And as you approach, you notice something within its light, a symbol, a word, a feeling, perhaps even a truth you have been needing. Take a moment with it. What is it trying to show you? The lantern does not demand, It simply illuminates. So allow yourself to receive without pressure, without needing to fully understand. Some guidance arrives as clarity, some arrives as comfort, and some arises as gentle unfolding. Now notice the lantern leaves something within you. It's not something that to carry heavily, but something to walk beside you. Maybe it's left you a reminder, a strength, maybe a whisper of direction. Now gently walking back along the path, the lanterns glowing softly around you still, the night still peaceful, still kind. Slowly you return to your breath, to your body, but you return holding a little more light than before. Now bring your hands around your cup if you have one, or just see it in your mind's eye and feel the warmth, like a lantern glowing between your palms. Before you sip, set an intention. What do you want to see in the leaves today? What do you need to hear in the leaves today? And as you take your first sip, just arrive. Let this sip call every part of you back home to yourself. The distracted parts, the tired parts, the parts still lingering in the day behind you. With your with your second sip, just relax a bit more. Notice where you've been holding yourself tightly in your thoughts, your emotions, your expectations. Allow this warmth to move gently through those places, softening pressure, softening resistance, softening the need to carry everything at once. You do not need to force your way through this season. You're allowed to move gently. With your third sip, listen, not to the noise outside of you, but to the quieter voice within, the one often drowned out by rushing, by responsibility, by doubt. What has your spirit been trying to tell you lately? What feeling keeps returning? What truth keeps brushing against your heart? You do not need all the answers tonight. today, just the willingness to listen. And with your fourth sip, remember the strength you carry, even in moments when you feel uncertain. Remember how many times you have already found your way. Remember the softer parts of yourself too, the dreamer, the healer, the hopeful part still glowing quietly within you. You are more than this current moment. You are every version of yourself that survived, that learned, that softened, and that continued on. And with your fifth sip, just trust. Trust what is unfolding, even if it feels incomplete. A lantern does not show the whole path. It only reveals the next few steps. And still, that is enough. So trust the timing of your life. Trust the quiet nudges, the repeated signs, the feelings you cannot quite explain. And not everything meaningful arrives loudly. It sneaks in beautifully and quietly. And with your sixth sip, receive. Receive support. Receive guidance. Receive clarity. Receive comfort. Whatever is most needed by your spirit today. You do not always have to be the one giving. You are allowed to receive. And let yourself be held by this moment, by the warmth of the tea, the energy of the space, the unseen gentleness that's surrounding you. And with our final sip, carry this forward with you, the softness, the insight, the remembering. Let it travel with you beyond this moment, into tomorrow, into your choices, into the way you speak to yourself. So may this final sip become a gentle promise to move forward with a little more trust, a little more presence, and a little more light. Now just sit quietly with the tea, the cup. The tea has travelled through you. Now its story remains. And as we gaze into what's left, notice what calls to your attention first. Note what makes the most sense. And what asks to be seen. Hello, Sue. Welcome. All right, so with our tea here, we've got a little bit left in the bottom. So we're going to give it a little swirl. Going to turn it around anti-clockwise this time. Oh, had to have a sip of water. I swallowed too many leaves. Let's turn it around again. Swirl and turn. Is that 3 times? Let's do another one for good measure. And turn. And then what we do, I always put a paper towel over it so I don't spill it everywhere. We put that over the cup, and then we go and turn it up. And we just leave it there for a little minute. See, it's leaking out. Just for a few seconds it stays there. And then we're going to see what beautiful message these leaves have for us today. Wonderful. All right, let's turn it over. Let's get rid of that because that looks ugly. And here we go. Here are the leaves. I feel like it needs to start around that way today. Just got the feeling, and those are the little nudges you need to listen to, that it needed to start that way. What do you see in it? Hello, Aaron. You please? What? You please what? It's an interesting collection there. One of them, yes, yeah, such a good clump. One on the side of the cup. Let's get my pen should get a narrower pen. Over here, it's hard to get it right. That one there, I feel like it looks like our mushroom. A sea turtle. Beautiful. I know exactly where your mind went, Jerry. Oh dear, I know you too well, don't I? You see the leaves like you were raking today. I guess we could call them autumn leaves, couldn't we? Let's call Howard's autumn leaves, because that's when they usually fall down. A golf caddy carrying clubs. That's an interesting one. Some sort of burden. Oh, I like that. Let's go for the Volkswagen Beetle. I love those. Spectacular. Yes, Juliana, I saw the J too. And maybe it's because we're both J's, but no worry. I was thinking of putting that down. Letter J. Letters are interesting. I love letters. Ah, okay, Howard. Okay. It always happens. They all go out and feeling. So heart, flying duck. Yes, I saw that one. Flying duck, a baton. Oh, we can have a fighter jet too. Don't see why not. All adds to the beautiful story we get afterwards. Yeah, I was wondering that too, CG. A blue whale. A lion's head with his tongue sticking out. Lion's head, tongue sticking out. And white paint in the middle of his eyes. White. And white paint in the middle of his eyes. This kind. Okay, yep. And the jet. Fighter jet is pointing at a. Fighter jet is pointing at a fish. Let's go back up. I'll add that to this part. Pointing at a fish. Yeah, I was thinking there was another mushroom down there too. So, down this part down here. Yeah, I'll pick it up. Tea Lady Net. Another mushroom. That's always good when we see two of something. It's double. All right, how's that? I'll turn it round a bit so we can see it from the other angle. A bent nail, okay. An MGM line. Very cool. I got to try and picture a MGM line. A scorpion. And you see the letter J now too? Yep. Love that, Sherry. Scorpion. And an angelfish. And a knight on a horse. Oh, we're getting lots from this angle, aren't we? Knight on horse. We've got a person in a boat. Thank you, Juliana. Person in a boat. Oh, okay. See, different angle, different picture. Unicorn quartz. That's quite special. Quite special. No, you look at anything, Sue. Anything. See if you can see anything in the big clump. Otherwise, any of those little ones on the side. Yeah, there are, aren't there, CG? Lots of aquatic and water ones. Need to move with the, go with the flow, hey? Go with the flow. A voodoo doll. Okay. A deer. Deer are beautiful wee creatures to see in the leaves. I turn it around just a little bit more. Yep, you can see the antlers. Yes, yeah. Love that. Love that. Bottom, Patricia, bottom left of clump, a dolphin under the horse. Okay. I'm glad, Sue. I'm glad. Hand pointing right. Maybe that's the wee nudge of something that you need to be going through forward. Bigfoot with a walking stick. Hi, Tara. With a walking stick. Oop. Oh, Jerry. Is John Paul with you? Has he seen anything? All right, my lovelies. I think we have a gigantic. Exactly, exactly. Yep. And that's what I love about this group one is that we all are so unique and different, and what we see is just beautiful. Yes, yes, like last week too. Oh, he saw the duck. Okay. Love that, John Paul. All right, let's come back up to me. Oh, ugh. Let's get it right. Lots of birds and fish and all that. Let's remove the teacup. Air and water creatures. Yes, they're all there, eh? Oh. Let me stick it behind me because that's probably the easiest thing to do. Otherwise, I will drop it. Fabulous, fabulous. What do we see? Bring my list of all these creatures here. See what we've got. All of the different. So mushrooms. Mushrooms. You know, this cup is just, I'm just like sitting here thinking, there is so much going on in it. It's like layers and layers of like spirit messages. I sort of feel like, you know, there's instinct, we have protection, we have emotional healing, We have a bit of shadow work going on. Um, yeah, it's a fascinating cup. It really is. I've still got tea leaves in my mouth somewhere. I don't want to choke on them. Mushrooms. They're so delightful. They really are as a symbol. They have beautiful hidden wisdom. They tell us that things are developing beneath the surface. So, and then we had two mushrooms. So, is two mushrooms. I can visualize them underneath and growing up together, and that is transformation, but in a much stronger, powerful way than it appears just with one mushroom. So, adding the two together, it's quite fabulous. And then we have the sea turtle. The sea turtle is ancient wisdom, you know, endurance, of how long they live. They have so much endurance. It also talks a bit about emotional protection, and just trusting in divine timing. And I'm always talking about this, but seeing the sea turtle, it's all about um, remembering that slow progress is still beautiful, sacred progress. And we get frustrated by that. And our human nature likes instant, and we get frustrated by that slowness, but it's still beautiful progress. The leaves that Howard was sweeping up, and since it's autumn here, I added the autumn touch to that. And that's about release, because the leaves, the tree is releasing those leaves. Transitions, preparing for new cycles too, because when the tree drops its leaves, I know yours was pruned, Howard, but when the trees drop their leaves, the tree is preparing itself for a beautiful new cycle in its life. And it also means that, something naturally is falling away from you, something that you don't need to carry anymore, and it's doing it naturally, which is quite precious. It's beautiful. Soul, you need to do your leaves. I love that. Excuse me. The golf caddy carrying heavy clubs, and that's all about burdens, but it's. I feel like with the golf caddy, it's. I feel like it's the golf caddy that has taken on burdens that don't fully belong to them, because it's not their golf clubs. So look at yourself as have you taken on a burden that does not belong to you? Something emotional or energetic, maybe exhaustion, tiredness, all those things. Maybe it's supporting other people, so that are creating that emotional and energetic exhaustion too. So look at what you're carrying and try and figure out whether it's nourishing you, like we talked about before, or whether it's something you need to let go. The car, the Volkswagen Beetle, uh, it's it's a humble but meaningful journey when you get into a Volkswagen Beetle. It's simplicity, it's nostalgia as well, and it's just finding joy in the ordinary life again. Not looking for joy in the magnificent. Look for joy in the beautiful, ordinary life that we have. Every day is not magnificent, and some days are, yes, but look for the joy in the ordinary. The letter J, J's, well, any letter is usually a person or a place, It could be maybe an important influence that is connected to that letter J. It can represent justice, can represent journeys. All those sorts of things come with the J. So it's when you see a letter in the leaves, sometimes you need to sit with that and just see what that J is bringing you specifically. Then we had a hearts. Oh, they so often come up, don't they? And it's about love, and emotional truth, healing, vulnerability. And I think today is just reminding us to listen to what your heart really truly wants. And I feel that's the message from the heart today. Yeah, Jerry and John. The flying duck. Hey, Seba, another beautiful teacher in here. Follow us, Seba. He has delightful sessions in my mornings. Just fabulous. I love it. They just set me up for the day, giving me beautiful calm and peace. Fabulous. And then we had the flying duck, and that's about movement, and migration, because the duck could be moving on to warmer places. So it's don't we, Sol? Don't we? Absolutely. It could be emotional adaptability as well, and maybe just trusting direction changes. How often do we resist change? And in most cases, change is beautiful, and it's so trust that. Trust that. Oh, Sue, that's interesting. Oh, shame you haven't seen him for so long. That is must be so hard. Yeah. Hey, April. I love that. Then we have the baton, and that's leadership, and authority, and oh, my eyes. Um, it's also about conducting energy as well. So it's taking control of your path, and just seeing the next steps in a very clear and succinct way and taking control of that. And then we had the fighter jet pointing at a fish. That was so beautiful. But that brings conflict. It's that conflict between logic and action, and conflict between emotion and intuition too. And maybe there's something where you're moving too aggressively towards, maybe emotional matters that are disturbing your inner peace as well. So, just think about that. Getting sucked into engines. Yes, yeah, it can happen, can't it? It can happen. Then we had the blue whale, and these, when you see these in the leaves, it is very deep emotional wisdom, and ancestral memory. When you see the whales, even when you see the tail, and intuition, and just soul level sort of healing as well. And yes, the lion's head with his tongue sticking out and the white paint on his head. I love that. Well, between his eyes, I love that. That's so cool. And lions are courage. They always show courage in the leaves. But this time it's mixed with a bit of playfulness too. Um, or it could be defiance as well. Not necessarily playfulness. It could be defiance. But the white mark near the eyes and in the middle of the eyes is about spiritual sight. So awakening that intuition through the strength of the lion. So yeah, the bent nail. A lot of these I've never seen before. I'm glad you guys are talking to me. Um, because it's bent, it's something that has been weakened by pressure. So it's for this one, I think it's creating a warning about forcing things, forcing situations beyond their natural state. So step back a wee bit and just acknowledge where you are with that particular situation and notice whether you can just let it naturally evolve. And then the scorpion. We've had scorpions before, and they are transformation. They are intensity. They are protection. They are hidden truths because of their little wee sting. And it's about releasing toxic energy as well with a scorpion. So again, look and think what's going on in your current life, and whether there's sounds sounds like these are telling us that we've got a lot to release and let go of. Interesting. Yeah, I like that. That see, these things show us what's and just sometimes clarify something that we're going through, and just to see that, and it just gives you another look on something. That's awesome, Tea Lady Nat. Then we had the angelfish. That's spiritual guidance. It's grace. It's beauty. It's protection as well in emotional matters. And I love it. A beautiful angelfish. And then we had the knight on the horse. Really? Why? You're a beautiful tea lady. The knight on the horse, that's messengers. And also, yeah, don't, yeah, step away from it and breathe. Like we were talking in Catherine's live this morning. Just stop and breathe and see if that whether you can try and step away from those buttons that they're pushing, and see if you can look at it in a different manner. I know it's hard. I know it's really hard, but yeah, I when my buttons get pushed, oh my goodness, it's not good. And then you start pushing your buttons on yourself, and you start getting angry with yourself and that as well, and that's never a good thing, never a good thing. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, it is hard, it is hard, definitely. The knight on the horse, that was messengers, wasn't it? Protector, uh, movement forward as well, again, but also bravery, and just bravery in the way in stepping forward without fear. So taking that next step without being afraid of what might happen. So then we have the person in the boat, and that is journeys. That's navigating uncertain waters, possibly too, maybe it's just moving slowly, but forward. You're moving forward, even though you're rowing backwards, but you're moving forward. So it's still that beautiful forward movement. And the unicorn quartz. Unicorn quartz is very special, and it's to me it's about a very rare spiritual energy. Unicorn quartz. It's intuition. It's purity, and it has that magical healing potential as well. Unicorn quartz. And it's just a reminder not to lose your wonder, your wonder at look around you, and just the wonder is amazing, isn't it? There's trees out here that for have beautiful, gorgeous pink flowers on them, and last year they didn't flower. And it's the wonder of it, them flowering today, brings you so much joy. It's just fabulous. And then the voodoo doll. The voodoo doll is energetic attachment. It's projection. It's also can be feeling affected by others' intentions, and we when you see a voodoo doll, I think I've only seen it once before, and that is I've always looked at it as appearing in my leaves when I need my boundaries strengthened. So maybe that's the same for you. So look at things in your life where you just need to make those boundaries a bit stronger. Make those no's. And then the deer. We had the deer. The deer is gentleness. Yeah, gentleness. Sensitivity, grace too. They are beautiful. And spiritual awareness. They're very spiritual animals, deer. And again, they're a sign about moving forward, taking those next steps. And like the lanterns in the meditation, just the lantern shines beautifully, but only for the next couple of steps. So trust those next couple of steps. And then we have the dolphin under the horse. Dolphins are joy, intelligence, and again, forward movement. Isn't this interesting? And it's that deeper internal self that's helping you carry you forward as well. Then the hand pointing. See, there's all this forwardness. This hand is telling us the direction. It's giving us guidance, and to an important choice, to a spirit drawing sort of attention to something that you've been overlooking. So see where that finger is pointing you. And then Bigfoot with a walking stick is I think that one is more the unknown path too, solitude as well. Ancient wisdom comes in here as well. And he just says, trust yourself. Even when others don't understand your journey, it's your journey. It's your pathway. You don't need anyone else to understand it. So trust that. Move with that. Then we have the demonic wolf. Shadow instincts, fear, anger, very primal energy. And maybe it's that primal energy that's rising and wanting to be acknowledged, and maybe wanting to be healed as well. Even often we hunker down and hide our power, but we are powerful beings. So it's not, I don't think it's an evil thing as such. It's just that repressed power that needs to be looked at. Yes, very grounding with a walking stick. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the duck is they have that beautiful energy where they're just gliding through the surface, but their little legs are going like crazy underneath, and so they are moving through the water in a calm way, but they are paddling hard beneath the surface. And what are we paddling hard for underneath? You know, we may look calm, but everything is like, underneath. And sit with that, acknowledge that, and just see what comes forward. You know, do when you go to meet someone and they say, how are you? And you say, I'm fine. That's that calm that you're exuding at the top. But underneath you're going, oh, I'm this, and this, and this, and this. But no one wants, you feel like no one wants to hear that. So you keep that paddling underneath going. So watch that, look for that, and see what you feel about that. What do they all mean together? Definitely moving forward. Definitely, it's definitely been an ancient, wild, emotional, and transitional type of cup today. I also feel like it's carrying that little, like we're standing between worlds, between two different worlds, and one version of ourself is fading away, and another is just coming through the mist. So there's movement. There is movement everywhere in these leaves today, absolutely everywhere. We've got creatures of the land, we've got sea creatures, we've got the sky, and this is about our spirit that's traveling through many layers all at once. We're traveling through emotional healing. We're traveling through spiritual awakening. We are working through physical exhaustion, and you know we need to reclaim our instinct, listen to our intuition. And then some of the symbols, they were a lot more gentle, but still with a lot of guidance through them as well. And then we had others that revealed a bit of fear, maybe, but definitely shadow work, and burdens that we've been carrying too long. And our mushroom definitely told us that earlier. And then others of the symbols, they were, you know, just all together. They're just beautiful. They you know, we might think with the voodoo doll and things like that this is, you know, darker, but it's not. I don't think any of them were of dark sort of images that that are a danger to you. I think that especially with that one, it's something that you need to contemplate and think about. And it may feel like a confrontation with old energy too. Maybe things are surfacing that you can finally lose their power over you. Yeah. Yes, unicorn would be an elemental. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like the cup is saying to us that we're learning to the differences. We're learning those differences that between things that we carry and carrying wisdom. So yeah, I feel like, you know, we maybe some of us are going through some heavier weather, and maybe we've been going through that heavier weather for a long time. Maybe you've carried responsibilities, griefs, memories, maybe invisible fears that other people have never truly seen. But we're still moving forward. We're not lost. We're just in transformation. And okay, parts of us can get tired. We all get tired. It's a long road sometimes before we see the light at the end of the tunnel. Um, but it's yeah, we're tired. We're tired. Because when we get tired like this, is that we're not meant to survive in survival mode for too long. You know, we don't want to stay in survival mode for too long. So lay that down, and what lay all those things down that don't belong to your spirit at the moment. Um, yeah, not every battle deserves. Choose your battles. Absolutely choose your battles. What does that mean, Ella? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jerry. Those are elementals. You're personally tired of the old parrot. Yes. Yes, the separation energies. Absolutely. Lay them down. Lay them down. Yeah. There are some deep, deep emotions in this cup too. You know, old instincts, old wounds, old shadows. Um, so, you know, if you're the type of person that will contemplate this later, don't be frightened by what surfaces. You know, healing arrives usually wearing the face of discomfort. It often does, before it takes that little hat off. So in this cup, we are being guided back towards our natural self, that self beneath all those other things, you know, the fear, beneath the pressure, beneath performance. And it's that gentle self, that wise self, that instinctive self. So move more slowly, thoughtfully, move and listen more carefully as well. You know, the signs around us, they're not random. They protect us while, you know, crossing the threshold into a new journey, a new chapter in life. Even when that road feels so strange, and even when the dreams, they feel so loud, you know, even when your heart feels so uncertain, you are always being watched over. Exactly, Sue. Exactly. Other people don't know what our roles are. Only us. Only we do. And you know, listen to what your inner self is saying. Um, the creatures of the water in this, they remind us how to feel and to tell us to feel. The creatures of the earth, they are showing endurance, and the creatures of the sky are rising up. So all through it all through these leaves, I think we need to know that our soul has not lost its light. Even like the lantern, even if it's just you're seeing a couple of steps ahead, it's still forward. It's still forward movement. And the pathway that we are on does not always ask us to become someone else, someone different. It's asking us to return to who we are. Before the world taught us who we are, before our friends taught us who we should be. Go back to how you naturally feel, how you feel in yourself. So release all that weight that is not yours to carry. Trust your spirit to guide you home, and know that you are walking forward in protected. You're being protected. You are being made aware, and your journey is going to be the most beautiful, even if it's slow, the most beautiful journey that you've ever seen, that you've ever been on. So I yeah, I feel like you know, if the whole message means something to you, that's beautiful. Maybe you've just one symbol has really spoken to you. Run with that, work with that, and see where it takes you. Ah, so yes, I have studied them over the years, and I have lots of books as well that I go through to work out my lives as well. But I did a tea leaf reading course. I've done a herbal tea course, a herbal course. I've done a herbal tea making course. I've done an essential oil course. So I've done lots and lots of different courses to get all this knowledge over a few years now. But start with books. Excuse me. Start with books. Get some different. There's crystal books you can get that explain all the different crystals and what they the energy they carry. You can get the same in essential oil books, and they will tell you what how to blend different aromas together. And yeah, so search out some books to start with, and that's the best sort of way. Yeah. Ah, okay. Um, You can find them in nature, but mostly they are bought. Yes, I mean herbs. I used to grow the herbs, but I don't have a garden now to grow herbs in. But you can grow your own herbs, yes, to dry them. So doing that in nature, crystals and that you'll unless you go to certain places, and that you will only find them in shops and crystal shops and that. Yeah, and essential oils are very hard to do yourself, so they are bought as well. Yeah, yeah. Ah, there we go. There we go. Wonderful. Starting in a couple of days. Saturday, 10 to 3, Grace Christian School. Fabulous. Are you going, Jerry? I love it how you guys share things with each other. That's just so beautiful. Now, the other thing I was going to mention to you is this is me for anyone that's new and wants to follow me. Is what time is it for you guys now? Would it be better if I did this an hour and a half earlier for you? You spent too much at your recent show. So it's 8:50 p.m. 6:53 in Alberta. Okay. So would about so let's say an hour and a half earlier, would that work? Yeah, yeah. Howard says yes. And the crystal and oil one starting sooner would be good. That starts at 11:30 for you. It's 2:53 a.m. for you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. All right, I've got them all set up for this month. So maybe in June I will look at jiggering the lives. So would it be better if I did them all in mornings? My mornings. So the crystal one starts in my afternoon, which means that's 11:30 p.m. for Jerry. So maybe we could put them all at about 10 a.m. New Zealand time. Be interesting to see what that yeah, because I mean, it's I want to cater to you guys, yeah. And that's usually 10 p.m. your time. Okay. It is just about 1 p.m. now. Yes. Yeah. So 12:55. So yeah, 1 p.m. here at the moment. And we started at 11:30 p.m. So we've been going for an hour and a half. So hey, Swati, you just joined from Amsterdam. Wonderful. So happy to have you. Yes, yeah, you're minus 8 hours and add a day. Yeah, well into your future. Well into your future. Okay, I will. Oh, I love that heart. Beautiful, Swati. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. And if I'm to be honest, the earlier ones, if I do them in my, like an hour and a half earlier, um, then I've got more of my day to go and do something if I wanted to too. So that would work fine for me. Absolutely fine for me. I'm retired, so I can change. It's not a problem. Okay, all right. I will look at that. Yes, exactly. Yes. And especially this one for me, it doesn't bother me, but if you want to go out beforehand, it's hard, and if you want to go out afterwards, it's getting later, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, all right. I might look at putting. So for the crystals one, which starts at my 3 p.m., would that be better to do it in my morning or my lunchtime? It's amazing, eh? Trying to sort everyone out is not going to be easy, but yeah. Yes, lunchtime for me. So if we move that one to about noon, my time, yeah. Oh no, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. I really just want to. I get so anxious when I know people are up so late listening to me. So all right, I will. They'll stay the same until June, and then in June I will put up some different times, and we'll see what we can do. Yes, I will watch. I will watch the. I'll keep the same days, and over the next couple of weeks, I will watch what's going on, in the middle of the day and that, and just see what happens, and see how we go from there. All right, fabulous, my lovelies. I am back here tomorrow as we're talking about the crystals and essential oils tomorrow. So that will still be at my 3 p.m., but it will show you on the card here. I've just posted the code up if you can see that. It will show when it is for you. And yes, so we could move that sort of an hour and a half, or even 2 hours earlier. Maybe make it my 1 p.m., possibly. Okay, we'll sort that out. That's fine. So yeah, so tomorrow's is orange calcite and ginger. So that should be a lovely, lovely pairing to look at. And hopefully I can see you tomorrow as well. I had a track approved. I've got 5 tracks up there, and and waiting to be approved. And the one I recorded yesterday morning, and um, got sorted and all that and loaded yesterday afternoon. Within about 3 hours, it was live. And I'm still waiting for the other 4 that were loaded about nearly 2 weeks ago. So Who knows? But there is one new one there for you to watch. There is one new one there for you to watch. I'm sorry, Swatties. Follow me and push on the notifications so you get notifications and then you'll know when I'm on. I would love to see you again. Love to see you again. Awesome, awesome. That'll be fabulous. Wonderful. All right, my darlings. Love to you all. Blessings to you all. May you have a magical night by going with most of you. And I look forward to maybe seeing you tomorrow. Bye.